Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Fingers dance on keys, my thoughts get a facelift. PowerBook force, every line a shapeshift. Plugged in deep, veins wired to the matrix. Wordplay electric, shocks in the basics.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And we are back today for another conversation about force. This is the third and final season, and we are talking about the sixth episode today, titled Asset Forfeiture. But before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, and click that notification bell so you get alerted when we post, because we always got something up our sleeve and you're not going to want to miss it. While you're at it, just go ahead and invite your friends and family as well. We always got great content, and the more the merrier. So go ahead and get your friends and family down with our channel as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode, because last week was good, but things are getting even hotter this episode. This episode, we see Tommy and Diamond finally reconvening after all of that discord they had last week. And, they are talking about the hit on the Yardies that Diamond kind of did without, including Tommy. And Tommy is kind of arguing with him about how they should use the guns that they seized from the Yardies. And all I see building is a bunch of tension. This whole episode, ever since like 2 or 3 episodes ago, Tommy and Diamond are not on the same page at all. And I only see it going downhill from here.
And even though I don't like that Diamond moving away behind his back, I didn't like the way Tommy was talking to Diamond at all. I was like, he wasn't talking to him like he was his partner. He was talking to him like he was his subordinate. And I was like, I could see why Diamond would have a problem with it, because I would too.
Well, I mean, and that's been going on the last 2 or 3 episodes. And I think we even mentioned last week that Tommy's coming in like he's running the whole show, and he wants Diamond to be his subordinate. And so I'm glad Diamond stepped up to him, and told him how to speak, because he was like, okay, you should have led with that, or you should have said that.
Yeah, you led with that. Say that.
And so, but at the same token, we know it's Jenard. Jenard got a stick up Diamond's behind, and he is turning that stick whenever he wants to. So,
well, Jenard really is the battery in Diamond's back right now.
He is.
Because he is. Well, so Tommy wanted to use the guns to lure the Albanians into a deal so that they could get their business and expand. But and it's a good idea. Instead of distributing the guns amongst your crew, why not put them to use to help you make more money? I get that, but also he just kind of made an executive decision. He didn't ask nobody for their input. He didn't see how nobody felt about it. It was just like my way or the highway. And when Jenard heard about the guns getting taken, he was like, wait, who told him he could do that?
These are my guns.
Had his eye on one of them people.
Right. They did the move, so he was like, we made the move. So who gave him the right?
Well, let's just say this: the next time you get your stash of guns like that, and you see one you want, pick that boy up now. Don't wait. Just get it, grab it, and roll. But I have to say with Jenard, I'm not mad at him. I'm not. Even though like you said, Tiara, he's the battery that moves Diamond. But this time, I think, I'm as much as I like Tommy, he's just moving in ways that just ain't right. And so, and really, Tommy, you kind of left wing trying to split up brothers, man. These are brothers, and you split them right down the middle because of the way you feel, not because of anything else. It's just how you feel and how you want things to go. See, that's a bad move, no matter how you look at it, because I think we've all often said, blood is thicker than water. And sooner or later, you're going to come to realize that.
And it really doesn't help that Tommy is being so secretive, because he did let Diamond know he had a Fed in his pocket, but he really was very hush-hush about the real details of things. So I think him like spoon feeding Diamond little bits and pieces here and there does nothing to promote unity amongst a team and a coalition. So, and when Jenard seen Tommy kind of all hugged up, with not really hugged up, but he was just being real chummy with Shanti. And, he was like, what's going on here? I thought we was against him. And, what's her name? Shanti, she's basically saying she's using it as a means to get closer to Shay. So I was just like, I don't know if she's still on that side of things where she's down with killing Tommy, because I think the way that she was interacting with him, it didn't seem like she had as much vitriol as she previously has had for Tommy.
She's playing chess. Hey. She is playing chess. She see that, I told y'all, she see Jenard is moving funny. Took a meeting without her. He getting close to the diamond. She already said it. She said, I placed my crown on his head prematurely. I think she playing chess. In episode 5, she started lining Jenard up. She said to Tommy, she said, these brothers are looking out for themselves. And now she cozying up to Tommy. She trying to line Jenard and them up. And you see, he tried to make up to her. He tried to bring her chain. She wasn't having it.
She iced him out.
She iced him out. So I'm like, she working on her exit plan without him.
When your lady starts to chill on you, you need to understand what that means. Okay. If diamonds don't get her, bruh, exit stage.
Exactly.
And what they said, Diamond's supposed to be a girl best friend.
Best friend.
She turned it right on down.
She took those diamonds off. So that means you need to figure something else out. Because your
Jenard is in the doghouse.
Love is going
I think we'll see if she changes and stuff, but I feel like she's done.
So. I think she's she's going back to her. In fact, she said what did she say? I'm the bad, what? But I think she's going back to her own ways. She's becoming more dependent upon herself. And she's going to run things the way she wants to run things. But that's the way, that's what you get when you get a little gangster child like that.
I mean, she really could take over that whole business that, from the nightclubs or whatever. She said she had plans to meet with Elisa's mom. So she could really lock that down on her own. And if she still really did want to kind of switch teams and side with Tommy, she could do that as well. Because Tommy is looking real lonely out here in these streets. And it's not like he couldn't use some backup. But I don't know where things are headed with Jenard and Diamond. I just know them getting into this business with the fentanyl. I was just like, oh, here we go. He seen how potent it was. He seen how it took his friend out.
Yeah, and
he still want to do it.
I just thought that was a bad look too. Because listen, that lady was basically dissolving her own security's body parts.
Yeah.
And when she talked about they got hit, that was D-Mac and them that hit her crew. So I was like, what happens if that ever comes out?
And then Diamond stepped up with we do our own validations. And I'm like, Diamond, I don't think this is the right time to start trying to piss somebody off. Just chill. But I got what Diamond was saying. Diamond like, look, you don't faze me. So you boiling up a body. Who cares? Diamond
I don't know if I would want to do business with anybody that's doing that.
Yeah.
Well, not in front of me. I mean, if you're gonna go through that, do it behind the closed doors or something. But if you won't come out at me like that, I already know that I got you on. You're in my scope forever. I will not rest.
Yeah,
you're forever in my scope.
And the thing is, like, with them going into this business, I don't know. I think the allure is there for Jenard because he's saying like we can 10x our money, and because basically Manny was telling him how profitable it is. And how is the future and whatnot. But for Diamond, I think he's not really in it for the money more so. I think that he just wants an independent, thing outside of Tommy, because it's not like, the coalition is not killing it in the streets. Like they are literally doubling and tripling up every time they go back to get more. So they have a very lucrative business going with Che, but I think Diamond wants something independent from Tommy because of how Tommy is behaving. So I think that's the real reason that he kind of agreed to do it with Jenard. But with this lady, I think they called her Madam Wu or something like that. She is not to be played with. And so when you are sitting up here introducing threats of this magnitude to your business, cutting side deals, I'm pretty sure Che wouldn't appreciate him making a deal with this lady.
I'm about to say, because fentanyl and that street value, and Che finds out that he doesn't have a cut of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem. And then when Jenard pitched it to Diamond, he was saying that that Manny and them was like stepping on it too. So I was
10 times. Yep.
So I was like, so isn't that impacting the worth, the value of it and stuff?
Well, and I think because it's so potent, they can step on it.
They probably have to dilute it. Yeah.
I mean,
they have to. But I'm just wondering too, like, I was just wondering. I was like, does this woman know that they doing that? That's why I'm just saying that they stepping on her stuff, or are they all doing it? I just don't know if that would be another issue and put crosshairs.
It's better for them to step on it than for her to have a bunch of bodies piling up in the street and the feds looking in her direction.
Yeah, I
don't think this is the move.
One hit of that, so you gotta cut it.
That's what I said. I don't even know why Jenard would pitch that, because even Shay said, Shanti said that she was like, I don't want to. She said, I want to build. I don't want to destroy. I don't want a street full of bodies and stuff. And here Jenard pitched this to Diamond anyway. So you know, he and Shanti done.
Yeah, because they going in two separate directions, completely. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what Tommy got going on this week, because it's a whole lot. So we know that him and Mireya were kind of, at odds last week. Well, she was at odds. At least I think she was contemplating what to do. And so she actually left her phone at Tommy's place this week. And later he did get a hold of that phone, and he seen the messages and the Planned Parenthood callback number. So he figured it out, and I really appreciated his response, because I thought he was going to be very upset. And I think that Tommy, I thought that he would have taken it harder if she had decided to go through with it.
Oh, he was. If you look, when he hugged her, when you looked in his eyes, he looked like he was about to cry. Yeah. He was and stuff until she said that she didn't do it. He was really hurt for real, but he was.
Thought it would have been more anger than sadness, though. Because how could you make that decision without me?
Well, you saw how he you saw how he grabbed her neck.
Oh, when he grabbed her throat, I was like,
moment.
I know he had flashbacks. He had flashbacks.
I said, she about to get hollied.
Yeah, I'm saying, hollied up. He had flashbacks. So I don't know.
Yeah, but he calmed himself down, and I was glad. I was like, and I was happy to hear that she didn't go through with it, even though this ain't the time to be bringing a baby into that foolishness. But I was still glad that she
kept it. Yeah. I mean, she has some valid concerns about the lifestyle, about what they're bringing a child into. But she is correct when she says there is no length Tommy won't go to protect them. So that don't mean that they still can't get hurt, but at least she knows that Tommy is going to put his all into making sure they're safe.
But Lakeisha Grant,
Holly, she don't know that.
She don't know that track
record. but Tommy can't be everywhere, and that's the problem.
Right.
And the sad thing about it is, don't want to jump the gun, but I think she's going to have another difference of opinion should her brother see his demise. So
well, look, it's looking crazy. I mean, Miguel already was beefing with Tommy from early in episode when he made him look, like he's under delivering in front of Che. And so once they got, he heard that was strike one. Then you got my sister pregnant, strike two, And so he's been, meeting with the guy to the hitman, basically, so that he can get Tommy taken out. But I was like, this looks like it backfired.
Oh, it did.
It looked like completely. And then on top of that, when Bobby arrested Miguel's guy, and Tommy made him look crazy in front of all his people coming in and dropping off the money, for the bail. He punked Miguel in front of all his people.
But you know
and so Miguel has plenty of ammunition against Tommy, is what I'm trying to get at. As
far as backfiring, though, I think I take another step on it. Miguel, I think when he found out that Tommy and Mireya was about to have a baby, I think something changed in him, and then because of the fact that, remember, he could have let Tommy go.
Yeah, he said stay.
He said stay. And
have some dessert.
Right. And he kind of pleaded with him to
stay. Stay. He was forceful with that.
Rather forceful. And you saw Tommy's face, because Tommy was like, why is he,
I think
he was putting two and two together.
I think he put two and two together too.
Well, either that or, he was just a little, I don't know, I guess, Tommy's a smart guy, so he knew something was up. He may not have known what, but he knew something was up. And so, and then as we see later on, they're just kind of shooting the breeze and talking about Mireya and how stubborn she is and yada, yada, yada. And, chatty, being chatty with each other. So I don't know. This is the first time I ever felt a little something for Miguel.
Well, because he's turning the tide. I think that Mireya, her pleas are going to resonate now that she's pregnant, and now she sees, like, whether she and Tommy were just dating, that's one thing. But now having a baby and Tommy being like tied into your family, like, that's a whole nother story. And they have constantly expressed how much family means to them. And so I think for Miguel, it's like, okay, this guy ain't going nowhere. He's a pain in my butt, but he's here to stay. So I might as well try to, make this work.
He also covered your ass too, because, pardon my expression, but he covered your behind, because not only did he pay the $500,000 to get your boy out, he also covered you. He only did it for Mireya. Right.
He covered
you with Shay too. So he got more than the $500,000. So he covered both angles for you. And then you still talk about you're going to kill him. So maybe he thought about all that. I don't know, but we'll see.
I have a hunch though. I do. I have a hunch, because it looks like it's looking bad because he got the little passion flower, and it looks like he's a marked man because he didn't deliver Tommy. But I'm wondering though, since Tommy was, like you said, Ron, was giving Miguel the look, did he put two and two together? I was like, what if Tommy saves Miguel?
He's going to have to.
Only because, not because he wants to, but because that is Mireya's. He already saved him by giving him the money. What if he steps in and saves Miguel?
Well, turnaround's fair play. Turnaround's fair play, because Miguel saved him too.
They saving each other.
They saving each other.
That's what I said. They're family. So I said, I just keep thinking about that interview with Gary Lennon, and he kept saying that there's going to be like switching of sides, different alliances forming and stuff like that. We see Shanti kind of switching up, and stuff. Like, I think she's going to be moving away from Jenard. She might be getting closer to Tommy because she's trying to get to the top any way possible. Miguel might be like, you know what?
If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, my sister is pregnant by this guy. He ain't going nowhere. He going to be family. And stuff.
That's a likely coalition, though. That would be a very good coalition if the two of them can lay down their arms and join together. That would be probably the smartest thing that.
I think that's what's going to have to happen. Because when Diamond and Jenard made that deal with the Fentanyl, they basically said, we're going to get the coalition together and we're going to make them vote against Tommy. So it don't matter what Tommy say. And I think Tommy is going to be iced out, and he's not going to want to deal with Jenard and Diamond no more. So if he and Miguel were to make peace, then he can still keep his business. He got the streets on lock already. And then just having Miguel into the fold, like, that gives him the manpower that he so desperately needs.
But the question is,
I would think that would be what's that, Ron?
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying I would think that would be the best alliance possible. And then to have Shanti there as kind of like his inside person with Jenard and Diamond, giving him the scoop on things, like, I think Tommy would have it all set up to a point where he could still operate as normal, if not better, without
Good. I still don't
Jenard.
trust Shanti though.
I don't either, but at least he would have an inside scoop on what their plans are if they are trying to do something against him.
I agree with all of it except Shanti. She got to get smoked.
I think she will.
Yeah, I mean,
I think she will.
There's just no way I could trust her. Now the question I started to say is, how do we get that hit off of Miguel's back though? That goes deeper than the guy that made the hit in jail.
I didn't see the trailer or whatever, but my son said he saw a trailer, saw Miguel getting snatched up. So that's what I'm saying. He may get snatched up, but I'm like, will Tommy intervene? That or is it really his swan song?
Mm-hmm. The thing that's interesting though is that when Tommy didn't make it to the drop, the hitman called Jefe and he's like, look, Tommy ain't here. And Jefe says, well, go get Miguel.
Yeah, he was like, Miguel.
And so when Miguel is sitting there, I'm wondering if the hitman go to the dinner. And if Mireya, if Tommy is not trying to, he's going to try to make a move and he's going to have to make a choice. And things might happen too quickly to the point where he can't get to one or the other. It's going to be this one or that one, not both.
Right.
And you know what? That might be what brings the two of them together, Miguel and Tommy, because I was thinking the same thing, that she might get caught up, and then Tommy and Miguel will have to join forces because they're going to be pissed off at whoever did that. So
that's what I think. So
I can see that. But then you were talking about Miguel getting snatched up. Whew, I'm just trying to think, how would Tommy know that? And then how would he know where to go?
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know. I didn't see that trailer, but I didn't see he said he saw a trailer that him being snatched up. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, it doesn't mean he's gonna die. I mean, but
well, he got that plant. What was that plant again?
He got the flower, the little passion flower.
Yeah,
it's like, remember they used to give
the spider cards.
The card, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. But what was that cartel? The
I don't know.
With power.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't even
remember. It's on the tip of my tongue too. With the card they used to get sent.
Yeah, but either way, I just think that Tommy never gets a happy ending with his love interest. That's why I'm like, it might be over for Mireya next week. And it's sad because she just they so happy about this pregnancy. They so happy about the future. They beginning to make peace amongst the family, and I think that it's going left next week. I think Mireya might be out of here.
I hope not, because there still is a scene with her telling him that he needs to take the, when he says something about the being, I guess, out of CBI, and she was like, just don't burn it down, just take it back.
Well, so maybe they get maybe they come in busting at the Miguel's men. Maybe they kind of are the collateral damage, and Tommy and Mireya as well as Miguel are able to run out the back door or something. So
they're setting it up something very interesting. I know that, but
they left us on a crazy cliffhanger. I was at the edge of my seat, like, oh,
I know,
it just went dark.
I was like, so we're getting ready to go into episode 7, and usually like 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
It gets crazy.
It starts getting crazy.
Let's talk a little bit about Stacy now, because Stacy has found out about Claudia's murder. And she is basically trying to figure out how she's gonna pick up the pieces in order to keep this investigation relevant, so she can get her conviction she needs in order to become mayor. Old girl from the DNC, she is not feeling Stacy at all. She basically let her know that you better do something to get this thing back on track. And it doesn't help with Singh, because Stacy is trying to keep the investigation off of Tommy, and Singh is trying to keep the investigation off of Ortega. And so, when they go, and Stacy is definitely getting more suspicious of him. You've seen her questioning him this episode, and like, why are you, going down this line of reasoning? And she kind of gave him a side eye. And I was like, oh, she's on to him. Like, she don't really know what yet, but she's starting to notice at least.
Well, you know what? I started thinking that Sang might be on to her too, because, you know, I don't want to get too far ahead of you, but you know, when she did what she did as far as getting the anonymous tip. And
no, let's talk about that.
Yeah, when she got, I looked at the way Sang looked at her, and I was like, I was like, I think Sang know, like,
ain't
this
no way.
is they shared a look.
Because like,
and I was like, I think he knows she dirty too. He knows she compromised.
Mm-hmm.
I said he suspects that she's compromised.
They barely searched that house for 5 minutes, and we just go in the fridge and find the gun.
Exactly. Anonymous tip. Yeah, he was like, I was like, he knows she compromised, and she looked at him like she looked guilty when they exchanged the look. She looked caught.
Yeah,
So
and
what? Well, you know, I'm so glad Stacy's getting it, you know, getting it up the rear end.
But did you also see the guy, the Ortega guy? He was eyeing Singh.
Oh yeah,
like on the way out the door.
Singh was eyeing him because Singh was like, "Don't you?" It looked like Singh was saying with his eyes, "Don't say anything, don't say anything." And dude was like, "Oh, I'm gonna sing. You know, I'm gonna sing like a blue."
Listen, Singh is not long for this world either. He think he gonna get Stacy's job. He gonna power heaven like the rest of these folks.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, Vic is kind of tied up in all of this because, you know, we've seen him make power moves trying to reclaim his family legacy. And he also finds out about Claudia's murder too, which I think, although I think he said it to Ray, like, we didn't like each other, but that was still my sister. So, you know, he does feel a way. And then it didn't help that he got punked, you know, trying to reclaim the bar or whatnot. They basically told him to get out of there. And I was just thinking about Vic. He stepped up this episode. He bucked on the folks at the bar. He bucked up against Tommy.
He bucked on Stacy.
When he bucked on
Stacy, though, I was like,
woo. He was like, you gonna do what I said, ooh.
He gave it to her.
Yeah, I'm about to give him game ball the way he stepped.
I was like, okay, Vic.
Yeah, about time you show a little hair on your chest, boy.
Lit her up, and he was basically saying, you know, you think you doing me a favor, you know, I might have the two. He owned up to the two murders, like, yeah, I killed my father.
He was like, I'm not weak. He was, I killed my dad.
And what you
he said,
do?
I killed Vargas.
And what?
And what you gonna do?
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Because see, you just as dirty as I am. So go ahead with that.
Yeah, and she sure enough said, give me the address. But she didn't have no choice but to.
Did you see Tommy's face? Tommy was looking like a proud dad over there. He was like,
my man.
He said, he was over there smirking. I said, look at Tommy.
You showed some kahunas. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Vic, he stood up. He was 10 toes down this episode.
That's why I feel like my son doesn't think so that he's gonna try, but I'm like, now that he getting like his men and they saying they got support and everything, I don't know. He might try to make a run at Tommy, and
he might.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, especially because I saw the look on his face. He hit it well, but Tommy all but confirmed that he was the one that killed Claudia, because he said something about getting the keys. He was like, "Oh, I took it off her." I was like, "Oh," I was like, he confirmed right to his face that I was the one who.
But
did
he
it.
did say, but he did say that to Vic that, or at least question whether or not you sent your sister to my house trying to off me. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Tommy did what he had to do. You don't come to my house trying to off me and expect me to let you kill me. I mean, you know, that's not going to happen. So
he must have been lying to Claudia then, because he told Claudia that at least gave her up. But then he questioned Vic and said, "Did you send them to the house?" So I was like, "Oh, he must have been messing with Claudia's head."
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
And so I was thinking about this because I'm like, the way that Vic kind of stood up and forced, you know, forced Stacy into that position. And the way Tommy looked, like, oh, okay. You know, I was thinking, could they make peace? Like, could Tommy actually forgive him for snitching? And I was like, you know, could they call it even for the fact, like, okay, you snitched, but I killed your sister. And, I think that Vic is more of an asset to Tommy than he is an enemy. And I was just thinking, if Tommy does end up needing people, and if he has to go up against Diamond and Jenard, could Vic be a unlikely alliance?
I was a little upset that Vic didn't find out specifically that it was Stacy that sent Claudia to Tommy's house.
I think, you know what? But I think he will. Because who knows? We don't know if Stacy long for this world. Vic might mess around and kill her. Because I think he might find out, like if he finds out that she was the one that pulled the guards off of, because who knows? What if Vic gets in touch with Elise or whatever and stuff and finds out the plan, or just finds out and says, like, who sent her there? What would make her go to Tommy's house? And if he find out that Stacy's involved, he might take Stacy out.
Yeah, I think Elise is in the win though. She's in the win. You're gonna have to.
Oh, she is. You see, she had the red bag that Tommy gave her and everything. She said, "We're not waiting for no passengers." She in Barbados somewhere.
I don't know, but she's untraceable. I know that. So I don't know how you're gonna reach her. But but it would be interesting to find out what Vic does once he finds out that it was Stacy that set up his sister.
But see, they need Stacy though, so Vic can't kill her, because Vic basically said, like, if Stacy can't become mayor, then she's no good to you. She doesn't serve a purpose, and you trying to have a fed in your pocket. So Stacy has to become mayor in order for Tommy's plan to work, which is why he sent her the tip on Ortega's guy. So if Stacy can secure this win with the Ortega guy, then that turns their whole situation around.
That's just one kill. I don't either. I think that, I mean, Stacy's already going down in the numbers, and the head of DNC is really pissed off at her anyways. But I think it'd be interesting though if Miguel does die, and she attributes her work to the
Ortega. But Claudia was supposed to be the one to get her the cartel, because that's the thing. This is why she's going down. The cops turn their back on her. She, Bobby's divorcing her, so she don't have the CPD in her pocket. Claudia was supposed to save the cartel case, because she was supposed to testify, whatever. Claudia's gone and stuff. Everything is falling apart.
It's going to be.
I don't know.
It's going to be a hell of a cleanup. I don't know how she does it or who helps her with it, but she's got a lot of work to do.
This arrest of the Marquez cartel guy could help her out a little bit, because at least she could be showing that DNC lady, like, look, I'm this close to getting that whole cartel. Like, I got one of their, top dudes. Like, we can use this. So that's why I'm like, it could still work out.
It could. It is like a temporary win.
It's a temporary win, but Claudia was supposed to put a bow on everything. Her testimony was supposed to put a bow on everything, and now. And
I don't think that dude gonna flip.
No,
I don't think he can give her anything, and he probably get bumped off in the bang.
Maybe, yeah. So we'll have to see what happens. I just know this was a really good episode. I was just like, wow, with all that they are showing us, and what you're mentioning about the interview with Gary Lennon, I can totally see all of these alliances, switching up. And then I'm thinking about D-Mac too, because he served a pivotal role this episode, coming through, planting the gun at the Marquez guy's house. And I'm just like, he is the Joker that you got in your deck, like your secret weapon. And I really was thinking about D-Mac too, and the conversation he was having with his girlfriend, because she was basically trying to encourage him to do better. Like, she's trying to go to Spelman. She's
like Genesis got something on her mind. She's trying to get him out the streets. And I was like, okay, Genesis, she's not a bird. She's a good girl.
She is a good girl. But I was like, Genesis, he's so good at doing the street stuff, though. We need him right now.
Yeah.
Look, see, but when they take their eye off the ball, they get caught up. I hope Genesis don't get hurt messing with him. But, I was thinking about that too. I was like, the fact that, Jenard and them are now running with the crew that D-Mac and them knocked off, I'm like, what if they figure out it's D-Mac and they come after him?
Yeah.
You know, I was like, JP, anybody could get caught in the crosshairs because of D-Mac stuff.
Yeah, that's why when Genesis was telling him, like, you have the smarts to leave, you know, you should consider school. I was like, he good at this stuff, but he might be right to listen to her and go ahead and get up out of town and go to school somewhere.
If he's smart, he would. But you know, hey, he loves the street too much. Before we though wrap up, I want to talk about Diamond beating up what's the
yes he what's it called, he only said name? Like, hey, I feel, you know, I feel bad at the time.
I'm like, Diamond, okay, I see. No, I didn't see. I was so taken behind that.
Well, he was upset with that whole situation because the guy was basically saying, like, it feels weird to do this without Tommy, you know, and he's thinking that we're all still one coalition. So, you know, Tommy not being involved, it's like why he's not in the brotherhood right now or whatever. But from Diamond's perspective, he's like, why are you challenging me and my decisions? And we already know Diamond is kind of like power tripping based off the battery that Jenard is putting in his back.
Yeah, he feels dude is questioning his headship because he's like, I'm the leader of CBI.
And he didn't question it. I think, like you said before, as far as he knows, Tommy is just a part of the coalition. And he's working in tandem with Diamond. And when he sees Diamond, he sees Tommy. So to ask the question is okay, I think. But for Diamond to just go off and beat him down to the ground and then kick him while he's down too. So, you know, you don't kick a man while he's down. He's already down. You know, you pushed his chest in about 2 inches. So why would you bother to kick him while he's on the ground?
Did you see Jenard's face?
Oh, Jenard was so all over it.
Jenard got a kick out of that because he was like, oh, the old Diamond is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, you might be excited about that, Jenard, but if I'm that guy, that does nothing for morale.
Nothing.
I would be like, I don't know if I want to be down with them.
He probably gonna tell Tommy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might.
He could.
Yeah, so, you know, I think that kind of brings us to who can get the hands. And I was thinking Diamond can get the hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say Diamond can get the hands.
For that scene alone, I was just like,
yeah, he can get the hands.
Yeah, he could get it. He could get it. Yes, Lord.
Okay, so we got Diamond.
He's like 1 week off the hands list. Because last week I let him off the hands list, and he right back on.
Yeah, he down bad this season. I don't know what's up with Diamond, but Jenard is getting in his head, and he is definitely becoming less likable.
I'm gonna
who else are we giving the hands?
Y'all ain't gonna like this.
No, go ahead, Ron. Say what you want.
But I'm kind of like on Mireya a little bit because you keep forcing your hand between your brother, and sometimes you're gonna have to choose because there are definitely opposing sides, and you keep trying to bring. It's like the polarization of magnets. You know how they say when you try to bring them together and they're opposite poles.
Opposite track. Yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to bring them together, they don't work. And I'm thinking, and not only did you get your boy, your man, to pay off your brother's debt, you know, what would have I guess I can't blame you for what you don't know, but I guess it's just bothersome to see her so messy with these two.
I definitely agree that, you know, it could have gone real left. Like, that's not a typical request. And dealing with two people that have the reputation that both Miguel and Tommy have, like, it's a recipe for disaster. But I do appreciate her trying because it's like, what do you do if your brother gets killed or if your man gets killed? Knowing that you didn't try to do anything to intervene would hurt you more.
This is family. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. This is how you know that Tommy is really in love with that girl. Mm-hmm. Because nobody else, he would not have been giving no money up for no op.
Right. So,
you ain't never lied there.
So I give Mireya a little tap. I'm not even gonna give her a pluck because I get what she's trying to do and why.
I mean, I get it. And I guess that's why I'm not going to give her the hands, but she'll get messy though. You get your hands messy. And I'm just, I'm a little sick of it. But I don't know who else would deserve the hands.
I was gonna say maybe Jenard for introducing the fentanyl business. I feel like that can only go downhill. It's gonna go left.
And Jenard, I still don't trust him. He might be trying to hit his own stack. So I just don't trust Jenard when it comes to drugs. Because I'm not.
He
sure
might end up back on the drugs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a little gun ho for that, and I don't know.
I don't know. I think Shanti, if she does get back with him, I think it's going to be to line him up.
In fact, I thought he was. Yeah. I think what's her name, Manny.
Manny.
Oh, yeah, Manny.
I thought he was going to take her out when he saw the fentanyl in the Jeep or truck or whatever she was driving, and he started asking questions. And when he found out, I'm like, he ain't but 2 cents off of trying to take her out, anyways. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about Jenard. I mean, Jenard, I like him. I like his role. He's a he's a hell of an actor. Because he plays.
Oh yeah, he is.
I mean, between him and Stacy, I mean, I don't know why I'm getting these names from. Between him and Shanti, they really got this thug thing down pat. I mean, they do.
And he's saying that she's a great actress too, because
that's what I'm saying. The two of them together, they got this thug thing down pat.
She's not thuggish at all.
No, I mean, she's a gorgeous woman, but she's doing her own thing. I like it. I like it. Hate to see her go, but I think she's gonna go soon.
Oh, you think she's
so? Yeah. So do y'all give Shanti the hands for seeming like she about to switch alliances? She's definitely entertaining it. It seems like.
I don't.
Oh, she's definitely.
I think things up. Sure. Yeah, but she's messing with fire, and Tommy smelled things out too fast. He'll.
Yeah, I think if he find out that she, what her plans are, he'll get her up out of it himself. I thought when I saw him in there smoking with her and stuff, I was like, Tommy missed Tasha. Because I was like, Tommy, that was his homegirl. He and Tasha would go and smoke weed and stuff like that. And he missed having, a homegirl to chill with and stuff. And that's why, he got cool with Liliana and stuff too. Like he likes having a homegirl to chill with, the dudes too, but he likes having a cool homegirl,
like around the way girl.
Yeah, he likes that, and so I was like, oh, he probably see a little Tasha in her.
I can see it too.
But he was.
Me too. I said if she was trustworthy, they could be cool.
They could be, but he was peeping her too. So he wanted to try and see what he could find out from her. But so
of course,
I don't know. I does he know how tight? She and Jenard.
Yeah,
he knows. So, that's why he was giving Jenard the eye, like he was smoking his face.
But that's why. But I mean, when I say tight, I mean, well, I guess he knows. But that's what bothers me about this whole thing, because you do know you don't like Jenard. Jenard doesn't like you, so you got to be wondering about all this, and you then stepped into his tent and smoking with his girl. That ain't gonna do nothing but piss Jenard off.
I think that's trolling Jenard too. That's a 50 move. Exactly. Like that's petty. Like he gonna go in there and just and I'm gonna chill with your girl and smoke with your girl. How about that?
Gonna do?
So I think that's also a power move by Tommy.
Yeah,
because he sure enough blew his smoke in Jenard's face.
See,
that's true.
See that's what I'm talking about. I mean, Tommy has something up his sleeve, and the two of them are completely blind.
Well, I think I'm gonna reserve my hands for Shanti. I don't know how I feel about her yet.
Yeah,
I'm a reserve.
I reserve. I do think she's playing chess. I do think she's gonna end up or she may try to line Jenard up, because he may wake up and be like, oh, I might have to take her out, especially if she, tries to like make a move on Diamond by himself, or if he feels that, that she gonna try to snitch, and like what if she tries to like tell Diamond that Jenard ain't, who knows? He might end up getting her up out of here.
And remember,
she could rat him out and be like, look, he was gonna kill you.
I
So
was gonna
Diamond,
say,
let him know.
and she was the one that wanted Jenard to take
And it
Diamond
was
out
her
in the
idea.
first place. So we'll see. You know, that's why I don't see what Jenard's trying. I don't see that movie's trying to make with her. By now, you ought to know, clock's ticking.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Jury still out on Shanti. I know one person I'm definitely gonna get a hands to is Bobby's partner, the one that was busting out tail lights and stuff. I'm like,
I was like, oh, he a racist Bama. I was like, he was definitely picking.
He gets the hands.
I was nervous for Bobby for a minute there because I was just like, is he going? I was saying to myself when I was watching, I was like, is he going to get killed on this stop? You know, I didn't know if dude, he went quietly, but I didn't know if he was going to get aggressive with Bobby when he went. And so, but Bobby's partner was tripping.
Now that brings us to the game ball. Now, what are we thinking? I think we mentioned Vic. So it's going to be the one.
Yeah, I think Vic showed his butt.
He stepped up, so I got to give him the game ball for that.
He did. And I should tell y'all my son's prediction, because, you know, I think that Vic is going to try to make a move on Tommy. My son, I kind of like his prediction too, because he said I don't think he's going to go at Tommy. He said, I think that the situation that he going to end up taking his bars back, and that he might, you know, make a stand, and he might give Tommy, especially if Tommy is down bad with no people and stuff, a chance to leave Chicago and stuff, you know, because he might get his weight up with his people and everything and stuff. So he said, so he thinks that Vic might, you know, not come out all the way on top, but not make a move at Tommy. But we'll see, because I'm still wondering if Vic gonna survive.
Me too. It could go either way, for real.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with your son in terms of Vic and Tommy, one taking out the other. I don't necessarily see that right now. I just think, because right now I think once Vic finds out that that Stacy put Claudia up to you know, breaking into Tommy's spot, that's a whole different color now, because he automatically knows Tommy is going to protect himself. So I think that'll switch or turn the tide in terms of how he feels about Tommy and what they do, whether they, you know, come together. I'm not sure, but I just think right now it's not the right look for Tommy for Vic trying to take out Tommy for killing.
That's how our son said. He was just like, well, what is he gonna gain by, you know, taking him out? If he gets his, But I was just saying, I was thinking still like revenge, you know, because even though he and Claudia were not cool, that's still his sister.
Yeah, but your sister showed up at my house trying to take me out, so I don't see
exactly. Well, look, she got what she got. You know,
you get what you get. I mean, if you're gonna do that,
you better make sure. Team Liliana, her clock was ticking for me a long time ago. Exactly. So,
yeah, I mean, you know, what I'm supposed to do? Let your sister kill me because I know you? No.
Right.
Right. No. Look, that was her dumbness to show up, man. Like she's seen too many episodes of that movie. Remember Colombiana?
Colombiana.
Zoe Saldana. I was like, she's seen too many.
She came looking for smoke and she got smoke. She got what she had coming. Now I'm not mad at Vic getting the game ball, but I think Tommy should also get a game ball for how he handled the Mireya situation, both when he thought she had gotten rid of the baby and when he found out she kept it. He took the news well both times.
Yeah, he did.
And also for, you know, giving it to Mireya's request to help Miguel. He did not have to do that. And I think that him coming through for Miguel ultimately saved him from getting hit. So that might have had some sway in making Miguel reconsider and try to hold him at that dinner a little bit longer.
Yeah, it did. Well, I think, I mean, I agree with you and stuff. I still didn't like the way he talked to Diamond. Now, even though Diamond deserved the hands for the way he's been moving, I can understand him being upset with the way that Tommy was talking to him. Tommy was talking to him like his name was Toby, and that's not okay. It's not okay.
So yeah, Tommy, I think for certain things he can get the game ball. For other things he can get the hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
We's good, master.
Well, I don't know. It ain't gonna be too much more that going on because Diamond is fed up.
No, he didn't took his anger out on dudes. So like, next thing you know, they're gonna be squaring up if this carries on.
Yeah. So this was a great episode. Really, really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to next week to seeing what happens. I don't know where that dinner is gonna go and who's gonna make it out.
Exactly.
I'm ready to see it.
Exactly. So, and I'm wondering if like after next week, will they do the little break? You know how
the hiatus like they do.
I think it's either after episode 7 or episode 8 they do like a little break
by week.
Yeah. So yeah, we gotta see if they do that.
Yeah. Well, to all the viewers out there, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you drop down in the comment section and give us your thoughts on this episode, as well as any predictions that you have for the remainder of the season. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and click that notification bell. We might have something coming soon for you, so click that bell. It's going to be very important so you don't miss our drops. Also, be sure to follow us on social media at The Spot Real Talk on all major platforms. And go ahead and invite your friends and family. Go ahead and get your cousins together. I know you're going to have some family in town. It's almost the holiday season. Kids are coming back from college. They're doing winter break. Tell them to come and watch The Spot Real Talk. So, Tiff, Ron, do y'all have anything else you want to add?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay. Well, on that note, please make sure you are back next week for our recap of Force episode 7. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Go ahead, ride it. On a trip, you a good co-pilot. Seems like we're a little misguided. Keep looking, but we still can't find it. So go ahead, baby, just ride it. You know me, you've been solid. I'm here till you find a new body. I'm here till you find a new high.